So the latest report that just came out is called Welfare in Canada. It compares the rates people get while on social assistance across this country. Now, no matter where you live in Canada, I highly recommend you check out this report because it breaks down individual provinces, and I'm only going to cover things related to Nova Scotia. Now, they break things down to 4 categories, and that is being single but considered employable, single with a disability, single but with a child, and a couple with 2 children. You can already tell by this chart, we're not really off to a good start. Taking a look at the first category, being single but considered employable, we can see that Nova Scotia gives the least amount, sitting at $9,525. That being said, no matter where you live in Canada, all the rates are greatly below the deep income poverty line. The only exception being Quebec's special program called Manpower Training Measures. When we take a look at single but with a disability, once again we see Nova Scotia ranking some of the lowest, only above New Brunswick, Manitoba's medical barriers to full employment, and Alberta's barriers to full employment. Now switching to single parent with 1 child, once again, Nova Scotia's ranking the lowest, sitting at $23,110. And once again, greatly below even the deep income poverty line. Then we switch over to a couple with 2 children, and Nova Scotia sits at the 3rd lowest rate in Canada, with only Ontario and New Brunswick being below it. Here's the thing, when you're a single person on income assistance, most of the income across Canada comes from the provincial government. The moment you introduce a child into the household, you do see increased benefits coming from the federal government, though it's still pretty dominant by the provincial government. If we take a look at the shelter benefits, we can see that Nova Scotia really punishes those who do not have their own place. Because if you're technically titled as housed, you only get $726, while if you are unhoused, you only get $403. Tell me anywhere in this province where that amount will get you anywhere. This shows just how little people are getting for a program that's supposed to be there to help them. And in fact, it's driving people into more poverty. It's sad to see that Nova Scotia is at the bottom of the list when it comes to this terrible fact. Now, there's a lot more to this, but that's all the time I have. I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about this in the comments down below.